Rippis, Awkward Moment, and Agricola. Here were our NSOs for the tournament.
And then the referees. The head referee of the tournament is Kalle. Then there are Pajari, Grave Misgate, Martin McFly, Iska, Primavera, Von Perkele, Katsesöse, Dr. Watt, Green Thunder, Pakis Hair, Refraction, Jonas, Lizzie Slaughter, and Puru.
Okay, let's have a round of applause for our officials in this tournament and for the teams. Yes, excellent. Woo.
You know, we wouldn't have these games without officials.
Well, that is true. There would only be the players and some people cheering in the audience. By the way,
penalties.
Where are the cheers from the audience?
Are you here to see Helsinki play?
Do we have Helsinki fans in the audience?
What about Stockholm?
Yes!
You're awake as well, that's good.
Okay, so the score is 0-30 to Stockholm in this game.
That's right. And the remaining game time for the first period is 24 minutes and 40-some seconds.
That's so in 6 minutes we have come to this situation with the score. But now we are off for the, is this fourth jam? No, more jams, but this is the next jam. And we have Malu 2-2 for Helsinki jamming.
Patio 404.
Let's go. This was the first lead in this game for Helsinki. Now is Helsinki's time to really work it and score those points.
Patio is stashing their helmet cover and now free from the pack.
All right, Helsinki with 3 blockers on the track with Stockholm having a power jam.
Yes, Malu grabbing a penalty. Also, Stockholm's pivot sitting in the penalty box now.
So we're going 3 against 3 with Stockholm's power jam.
Very efficient offense doing Stockholm, releasing their own jammer for points.
We have soon Malu released from the box, and here we have number 4, Pale, joining blocker bodies on the track for Helsinki. Wow, there was quite a hit. There's bound to be some collision on the track. It's roller derby after all.
Yes, Patio doing some defense as well.
Yes, here we go, both jammers out of the track. Malu on her first scoring round.
And as Malu had the lead, but then scored penalty, now there's no lead, so this jam goes for the full 2 minutes. Now Stockholm defending by 4 players.
The pack is a bit stretched. We have nice save from Malu, staying on the track with only 1 toe stop. Who else than Malu could do that? I mean, that's great. So quickly back in the pack, that was like 2 seconds. That's amazing. This is high-level derby for you. Everything is fast. We have hard hits, things happening, lots of changes. So exciting.
Yeah, it's not easy, let me tell you. So that was 11-14 jam, both teams scoring, which brings Helsinki to 11 and Stockholm to 44.
Yeah, that was a big jam for Helsinki.
Yes.
This changes the mood, I would say, for the team. So we have, lining on the German track, we have 3-1-2 Speedy for Helsinki, going against Stockholm's. Let's see when we...
So that's 3, that's juking. Who grabs the lead for Stockholm?
So juking in the lead, Speedy still making her way out of the pack with the help of Mu, making offense for her jammer.
Helsinki's blockers doing excellent job recycling, juking, and now holding them fast. in the back of the
Right,
pack.
here we go. Blockers are going back to the front so we can keep the pack and continue playing derby, which is essential for this game.
Helsinki doing a star pass. The new jammer was number 80.
Lomme got the star and got to jam, but as it usually happens, no pivot gets the glory of jamming.
Too bad. So that was 4-0 jam for Stockholm. The remaining time for period 1 is just under 21 minutes.
Okay, we're off to the next jam. We have 777 Gilbert for Helsinki.
And number 20 Smartan for Stockholm.
We have a very tightly squeezed pack and Gilbert is out. Making her way quickly in just a few seconds back in the pack. We have a strong triangle of Stockholm there with the Scandi Crush and Fury.
Smartan removing the helmet cover and now free from the pack, which causes Gilbert to call off the jam.
Okay, the penalty box is empty, which is great for both teams. We have 4 against 4. We have 9-3-1 Piu Piu for Helsinki jamming. And who do we have for Stockholm?
In this game.
Yes, this is actually Piu Piu's first time jamming in this game. We're excited to see.
And 9-9 Jelmet the Conqueror for Stockholm.
So this is interesting. Actually, Piu Piu is a quite recent transfer to Helsinki. Has been playing for Tampere Roller Derby for many years as a jammer.
The lead going to Stockholm, it was easy looking outside running.
Yes, that was a fast jam. Piu Piu was right behind Jelmet, so Jelmet was forced to call off the jam.
Yes, that was so-called hit it and quit it jam. Next up, jamming for Stockholm, 5-3-0. There we go. Slender Woman.
Yes, and Slender Woman is joined by 156 Mia for Helsinki. And quickly, Slender makes her way to the front of the pack, but there goes Mia, stealing the lead from the inside line.
Slender
Sneaky.
Woman half a track behind. Mä en kuule sua kunnolla, ja sitä aina silleen lopetuksen.
All right, there goes Mia out of the pack, collecting 4 points for her team.
Looks like Helsinki is warming up little by little. It's going to be very interesting, very exciting game. Next up, jamming for Stockholm, 404 Party O.
We have 312 Speedy for Helsinki.
No one's in the penalty box, so there's 4 blockers per team on track.
Yes, I have to say, it does look like Helsinki is really warming up now.
Helsinki grabbing lead, but getting the jammers getting recycled all the way back to the jammer line.
Okay, there's Speedy getting help from her blocker friends, but offense is unsuccessful.
Pardio removing the helmet cover and now free from the pack, eligible to score points.
Helsinki tried to go for points, but Pardio was not far behind, so Helsinki was forced to call the jam.
They were actually on the initial pass, Helsinki's jammer, because they
Right.
got recycled, so that was no points for anyone.
True.
Jam.
So no points for anyone from this jam. How sad. Okay, the score situation is 19 for Helsinki, 49 to Stockholm A. We have Piu Piu jamming for Helsinki, getting her lead.
That was the fastest lead of this game. Jamming for Stockholm, juking, removing the helmet cover.
Yes, there went Piu Piu living up to her name. I believe that it's pronounced Piu Piu.
Oh. Like from a laser gun?
Yes. Yes, so quick out of the pack and going for the scoring round.
Stockholm sending pivot to do offense, almost gets juking out of the pack, and now it happens in the turn 2. There was a whistle, and for a second there I thought it was going to be a penalty, but no. All clean, all clear. Helsinki's pivot sitting in the penalty box, so Helsinki starts the next jam with 3 blockers.
Yes, so can I see it correctly? Is that 4 points for Helsinki for the last jam? I need my glasses. And we have 7-7-7 Gilbert for Helsinki for this jam.
2-0 Smärtan for Stockholm jamming.
Okay, both jammers are fighting. The blockers are doing an excellent job keeping the jammers, these very quick and very powerful jammers. We have seen some energetic jamming in this game.
Yes, Smärtan out first, but not lead. So the lead is still open for grabs. Smärtan getting points, Gilbert still stuck in the pack. There's the lead and quick call off, so no more points leaking out to Stockholm. That was a 4-0 jam for Stockholm, which brings them to 53 points. Helsinki remaining in 23 to 14 minutes and 30-some seconds left in the first period.
Indeed, I really love these score differences with only like 30 points difference. This is how well I know math. So on the next jam, we have 156 Mia jamming going against 99 Hjelmet the Conqueror from Stockholm.
Stockholm's pivot getting forearms penalty, which results Mia getting the lead. Outside line was wholly unguarded.
There went Helsinki's 4-5-5 with a nice hit out. Joanna Koskinen doesn't make it easy for Hjelmet to get out of the pack.
Hjelmet's removed the helmet cover.
Okay, this is a real chance for Helsinki to score some points. I can see the fire in their eyes now going for the points.
Helsinki doing some heavy offense for their jammer.
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Jammer on jammer action.
All right, there went Stockholm going for the, is this called Eat the Baby? Yeah, Eat the Baby tactics, where the jammer recycles the other jammer.
Trying to get them to the pack so they can swallow the jammer again, like on a -1 lap.
Yes, exactly.
The oldest trick in the book. So that's the timeout for Stockholm. This is a good time to take timeout because Helsinki's been on the run for the past few jams. They've been warming up, as we said earlier.
Yes, exactly. So here we can see Helsinki has been really narrowing the point difference to Stockholm. So we have just over 12 minutes left in this first half of the game. And very exciting to see what we can witness in this next 12 or so minutes.
Yeah, this is Stockholm's attempt to break the cycle, so to say, so that they can get themselves together again, team up, and maybe get a momentum going.
Yes. All right. So Helsinki made a jammeroo switch here where they put Piu Piu 931 to jam for Helsinki.
And I want to say it's 3 juking for Stockholm, but I can't see the number for sure.
Okay, we have 1 blocker for Helsinki in the box, so Helsinki with 3 blockers going for this jam. I believe Stockholm is in full force.
I confirm. And the jam is on.
Woo, there went juking.
Oh.
All right.
That's the other kind of whistle.
Okay, we have an interesting situation where both of the jammers went to the box.
Yes, and normally it happens so that the one that sits in first sits as long as they can before the other one comes in, and then the other one sits as long as the first one has been sitting. Because you can't have a jam without a jammer, so you want to have at least 1 jammer on track. So that's the point of jammer penalties.
Yes. All right. Well, now that we have some time, I believe we could give a shout out to our amazing sponsors that we have in this tournament. Did you know actually that we have an amazing raffle here during this tournament? You can buy raffle tickets from the merch table, and we have amazing sponsor raffle prizes. I will read them out here. So we have Rolling Records, Stone-Baked Knits, Yehu Skateboards, many tattoo artists and tattoo studios here. We have Studio Q, Victory Inc., Cool Head Tap Room has sponsored us. We have many vintage shops like Jake's Basement, Kato Second Hand Shop, also breweries, Triad Uncle Tap Room, Soft Care. We have Pinky Paplari Hairdressing Salon, Riviera Cinemas, also Legacy Tattoo, Ice Power and Physioline has sponsored us with some cooling gels and some magnesium gels. That's what sports people need. And also some gift cards from Puhti Lab. As we say, Puhti loppu ei hätä. So you can get blood work done with this gift card. Okay, and we have a float. What is this in
Floating
English?
center?
Floating center, yes. And Free Spirit has sponsored us with the non-alcoholic beverages for our volunteers. We have, from tattoo artists, we have Jussi Kokkarinen, Outi Viilman, Tomi Kuusisto, Tuppu Ritola from Tatuata, Emma So from Tatuata. Also, CrossFit Center Raatamo has sponsored us with gift cards. Also, Laguni Sports Center and TC Inc. So quite the list.
So the next jam starts with both jammers sprinting from the box. So they're getting quite a speed to hit the pack.
Okay, now this is something we rarely see, but both jammers are now out of the box with the Stockholm's juking having the lead and calling off the jam.
Yeah, no points for anyone, but we don't do this for the points, we do this for the love of sports.
Said no one ever. No, just for funsies. But all in all, this is the highest level of roller derby we see in Finland. As Kata mentioned earlier, top 12 or top 13 actually.
True.
So very intense. It is for fun, but it is also for the competition.
So Slender Woman 5-3-0 for Stockholm, getting out first but not getting the lead. So there was a no pass, no penalty, lead going to Helsinki's jammer, who calls it off immediately so that Slender Woman can't hit the pack and get any points.
So a very tight game between Stockholm and Helsinki, but this was the case when these teams last met each other, right?
Yeah. Most of the times when these two teams have encountered each other, it's been the case.
Exactly, and this is what makes this high-level derby interesting. Okay, we have a 404 Partio from Stockholm against Tutu Malu from Helsinki.
Partio grabbing the lead for Stockholm.
But Malu is not far from behind. Ooh, that was smooth.
For Stockholm. Oh, I spoke too early? Maybe that was just 3? Yeah.
Very smoothly, only with one skate on the track with about 5 centimeters there went Partio.
Yeah.
That's only a thing that a jammer can do.
If you can fit one wheel, you can fit the whole person.
Yes.
That's the rule.
They're like cats.
Yes.
Okay. This jam we have 156 Mia jamming for Helsinki.
And 3 Juking jamming for Stockholm. Wow.
This
Nice
was
job.
a very sneaky move from Mia there from the inside lane.
Juking removing the helmet cover.
All right, we have a tight pack there. Mia got some offensive help from her blocker bodies. We have Palle, Allu, and Pirkko doing an amazing job with the group offense.
Wow, that was another easy pass. Already 8 points in Helsinki's pocket. Now finally Juking is free. Mia calling off the jam after some more points, 4 more points. So that's 12-0 for that previous jam for Helsinki.
Helsinki is really catching up here. We only have a 10-point difference between the two teams. The score is now 46-56 in the first half of this game.
It's getting really exciting. Now there's official timeout. They're sorting out something. The penalty box is empty, so everyone's on track. There's
We're repairing the track, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought somebody was calling my name from the track, and I wasn't even playing, but it was a referee, our lovely Von Perkele.
They were just passing information.
Yes.
So another jam is on.
Oh, there went 777 Gilbert from Helsinki with 99 Gilbert the Conqueror just behind her. This is a fast jam.
Yeah, the pack is racing. Gilbert managing to pull in 2 points for Helsinki, leaving Stockholm to 0.
Well, you get what you get.
That's well said. Jamming for Stockholm, 2-0 Smärtan.
And 931 Piu Piu from Helsinki.
Stockholm has 1 blocker in the penalty box, so they start with 3 blockers on track.
All right.
Wow.
Piu Piu, as we say, there went Piu Piu from Helsinki getting the lead for Helsinki.
Smärtan fighting. Helsinki's blockers pushing Smärtan out and recycling all the way back to the jammer line.
Okay, so Stockholm still with 4 blockers in the box, but Hjelmet is coming back on the track.
It looks so easy when you know what you're doing. Piu Piu strong, pushing through. Smärtan has removed the helmet cover, but they have actually made a star pass. So the new jammer is 817 Scandi Crush, now released from the pack.
Right, and Piu is coming to the pack, but calling off the jam.
Wow, that was a huge jump for Helsinki. That's 16-0.
Yes.
Which actually results a lead change.
Okay, we have a lead change in the game. Can we hear from the audience?
First time in this game. So it's 64 for Helsinki, 56 for Stockholm, just under 7 minutes remaining of the first period, and then there's going to be the second period, so the game is not over yet.
We still have another half of this game, but the first one here has been, how should I say, exciting.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Now Stockholm has called official review. So hopefully we'll get the info on what it's all about, and we will let you know as soon as we know. Kuuluu myös nämä off-kommentit.
Okay, so now the referees are contemplating on what the situation might have been. So one of the teams has called an official review. So they are trying to revoke some uncalled action on the track that hasn't been given a penalty, so they're probably trying to.
Or they're trying to remove a penalty.
Yes,
that's another way
true.
to use official review.
True, true.
Anyways, they're questioning the work of the officials. It usually doesn't end well for the teams, but sometimes they're called unicorns. Sometimes they get them through, and then they get to use the official review again.
So, what do we have for this day? We are not, with this game still going on, but we could still go through what's happening later today. So after this first game, we have Göteborg Allstars. So from Gothenburg, we have another Swedish team joining us and going against Lomme Bad Bunnies. They come from France. So this game will be played at 12:30. Later in the afternoon, we have Helsinki Allstars playing against Lomme at 3:30, and then the last game of this evening will be Stockholm Allstars against Göteborg or Gothenburg Allstars at 6 p.m.
So this is going to be a long day for all the teams. They all play 2 games. I'm thinking Lomme might have the toughest break as they have 2 consecutive games.
Yes, exactly. And coming all the way from France in this cold country, but they might want to keep warm as well.
Yes, and as you mentioned, the next game, Lomme Göteborg, that's going to be another tough call because they are currently ranked at 12 and 13. So they are kind of like in the break of Euro champs if the election was going to be now.
Yeah, so definitely a game to watch, that one, as well as all of the games during this weekend. But now the teams are preparing to get back to the game. We have 156 Mia jamming for Helsinki.
And 404 Kallio for Stockholm. So I'm thinking perhaps the official review didn't go through. It looks that way. Helsinki having 2 blockers sitting in the penalty box, so they start with only 2 blockers on track.
Yeah, let's see how Helsinki responds to this situation. Okay, both jammers pushing hard, and there goes Mia for Helsinki with Partio really tightly behind her.
That's an awesome job to grab a lead with only 2 blockers on track.
Indeed. Nice job from Helsinki there.
Now both jammers scoring. Partio first out. Mia pushed out and recycled all the way back to the turn 2.
Okay, we have Helsinki blockers out of the box. Mia calling off the jam.
So that was smart time managing, getting both blockers out of the box and sacrificing few points, but that was worth it. Very
true. But when the situation calls for it, you have to do it. So 3-1-2 Speedy jamming for Helsinki.
5-3-0 Slender Woman for Stockholm.
Yes, we have 007 Bond doing amazing offense here for her jammer.
Oh no, that's, is it still called multiplayer block? Perhaps not, but that's a jammer penalty for Stockholm. So that's power jam for Helsinki.
So the Stockholm jammer in the box, which means a power jam for Helsinki. So Helsinki and Stockholm with 4 blockers on the box, on the track.
Amazing offense by Helsinki. They're doing a great job.
All right. Going to the next jam with 5 minutes into the first half of this period, points 76-60 to Helsinki. And we start with a power jam for Helsinki.
Yes, Helsinki freezing Stockholm's jammer to the penalty box. Do I see official review?
Right, so another official review has been called by Stockholm.
Wasn't the previous one theirs too? So maybe they won it.
All right, we got some first-hand information here. So Stockholm asked for the earlier official review, won it, and now they are asking for another. So something has happened and they want to question it. Let's see if we can soon get another first-hand information, what's going on. All right, while Kata is going there to find out what the official review is about, I can still encourage you to get some raffle tickets while you have the time, and you can win amazing prizes from our sponsors. We also have some merch here. You can buy shirts and cool team merch after this game. So we will have a 15-minute halftime after this first period, where you can go to the cafeteria, get your cafes, and grab some, I don't know if it's already lunchtime, so grab some lunch from the cafeteria, do some merch shopping and whatever.
So Stockholm was questioning the jammer penalty, the multiplayer block. They said that there was no challenge to the link, but it looks like the official review didn't go through.
All right. So we have Tutu Malu from Helsinki going for this jam.
And Slender Woman starting from the box.
All right, and Malu is out of the pack with a lead, with Slender Woman coming in onto the track. There we have the Helsinki strong triangle defending, but there went Slender Woman, tricking the Helsinki blockers.
Yeah, Stockholm blockers managing to recycle Malou all the way back and making them fight for the round again, which results Malou to calling off the jam. Next up jamming for Stockholm, it's 3 juking.
And for Helsinki, we have 931 Piu Piu. So from the last jam, Helsinki did manage to get 4 points more. So we're in the situation 80-60 to Helsinki. We have Piu Piu fighting for her way in the front of the pack and getting the lead for Helsinki.
Juking removing the helmet cover and passing it on to Scandi Crush, who's now the new jammer. Let's see what Helsinki is going to do about it. They call it off.
All right, so quick, neat 4 points for Helsinki. Piu Piu calls off the jam.
Helsinki inching away by points. It's been a while since Stockholm has had the lead. So let's see if that changes.
Let's see, still 3 minutes on this period clock. We have 777 Gilbert jamming for Helsinki.
And that's 404 Patio jamming for Stockholm.
Yes, very tight pack. Squeezed. Both jammers trying to get out of pack. Let's see.
There it is. Lead for Stockholm.
But Gilbert not far from behind. Let's see how far and how long this jam will go.
One Stockholm blocker getting a penalty, going to the box. But nevertheless, Stockholm calls off the jam after scoring some points. 3, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah. That's 3 points for Stockholm. That's Stockholm getting back at you for saying that they haven't had points in a while, so...
Announcer's curse.
Yes, exactly. So for Helsinki, we have 156 Mia jamming, and is being unfortunately hit out. So still no lead, but there goes lead for Mia.
And Smartan, number 20, hot on her heels. Both jammers eligible to score. Wow. That was almost an apex jump. 1 point for Stockholm. Pickpocketing. That's the sweetest kind of points.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we have one blocker from Stockholm in the box. Quickly probably joining her friends since we only have the blocker standing in the box. And we have 312 Speedy for Helsinki jamming.
And 99 Jelmet the Conqueror for Stockholm. Wow, nice offense by number 5, that's Emma Rystemma. So that's a lead for Stockholm. So Jelmet the Conqueror coming in for points. That's first 4 points. Helsinki has done star pass, I think.
Yes, Helsinki has done a star pass for 455 Johanna Koskinen, who is now the jammer for Helsinki. Still struggling in the pack. There we have a very strong pair of Helsinki in the front of the pack. Soikkeli 3-3 doing an amazing job as the last line of defense.
Yeah,
but Jelmet is out, but so is Johanna Koskinen for Helsinki, going for the points, but Stockholm calls off the jam.
Yeah, Jelmet hits the pack once again, hoping to get some more points, but that's 0 for that attempt. So that's 8-0 for that previous jam. The total is 84 for Helsinki, 72 for Stockholm, and that was the last jam of the first period.
Indeed. So now we have a 15 minutes of intermission, and we will be back with the second period of the game.
See you then.
Okay, we're back and welcome to the fourth annual Hard Block Live Roller Derby tournament in Ruskeasuo, Helsinki, Finland. We are making a quick recap of why we're here and what's going on. So we're coming back for the first game of this day. It's Helsinki Allstars against Stockholm Allstars. We're going into the second period of this game. So Kata, my announcer buddy, I am Kylmis for those who don't know and to the audience in the stream. But Kata, do you want to tell us a bit about this tournament?
Yeah, this is going to be a big tournament, so-called group of death, these four teams competing here. They are currently ranked by Bstrds from the 9th spot, which is held by HRD, which is Helsinki, and to the spot 13. And this is important because in mid-June there's going to be Euro champs in Namur, Belgium, and only top 12 teams can go there, so this is where they fight for their spots.
Exactly, so this will be the decisive tournament for the teams that go into Namur in June. But now as the teams are huddling up, it would be a good time to go through who's playing today. And for Helsinki, we have 0-0 Bond, 0-80 Querica, 1 Allu, 1-3 Jemina Lugora, 1-5-6 Mia, 2-2 Malou, 3-1-2 Speedy, 3-3 Soikkeli, 4 Pale, 4-0-4 Mandarina, 4-5-5 Joanna Koskinen, 6-3 Pirkko, 7-7-7 Gilbert, 8-0 Myr, and 9-3-1 Piu Piu.
And Helsinki playing in green. And playing in white, that's Stockholm Roller Derby All-Stars. 1-1-1 Helsinki, 1-3 Friday, 1-6-4 Isoaho, 2-0 Smartan, 2-4-1 Grumpy, 2-5 Vagabondage, 3 Juking, 4 Foxen, 4-0-4 Patio, 5 Emma Rysfemma, 5-3-0 Slender Woman, 5-5 Fury, 7 Smash, 8-1-7 Scandi Crush, 9-5 Happiness, and 9-9 Yelmet the Conqueror.
Yes, can we have a round of applause for our teams? Let's cheer them up to going into the second halftime. Yes. All right. And what we've seen so far is that Helsinki was maybe just warming up for this first half of the game, and Stockholm coming in really, really hot, like taking almost leaving Helsinki with no leads in the first period. And now the score difference is 84-72. What do you think, Kata? What can we expect from this second half?
I'm thinking the same kind of fight. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be tight. 12 points separating these two teams. That's nothing, as we've seen already. 12 points can be scored in one jam. So
Exactly.
it's anyone's game.
That's right. And the last time these two teams played each other, actually the score difference was exactly 12 points, leaving Helsinki with a win. And actually the Bstrds predictor for this game has picked Helsinki as the winner with 156 points against Stockholm's 144. So let's see how this turns out.
Yeah, these two teams have encountered each other 13 times in sanctioned games. Helsinki has won 9 of them and Stockholm has won 4 of them. But they have all been very tight. No blowouts there.
Yes, so a tight game ahead of us, or the continuation of the game.
And fairly clean game.
Yes.
There's only 12 penalties for Helsinki in total and 10 penalties for Stockholm. No one has more than 2 penalties, so no one's in danger yet.
That's great news, of course, for the teams, but we love to see a clean, respectful roller derby game.
And in the during the break, the teams have switched the benches, so it usually affects on the team that has the jammer line.
Yes, and we have 156 Mia jamming for Helsinki. And do we have Party O for Stockholm?
I can't see the number yet, but yeah, there it is.
Yes.
That's a lead for Helsinki.
Yes, Mia quickly grabbing the lead, sprinting out of the pack, and that was quite the hit and fly for Mia.
Oh no, that's cutting the track penalty for Stockholm's jammer, so that's power jam for Helsinki. This is not what Stockholm needs right now.
Okay, so Stockholm with 3 blockers on the track and Helsinki with a power jam with 4 blockers. So this is quite an advantage for Helsinki. Friday 1-3 doing an excellent catch, taking Mia and trying to contain, but Mia just keeps on skating.
Talking about excellent job, Helsinki's blockers are keeping Stockholm's blockers separate so that they can do proper defense. But now Candy Crush hitting Mia out and recycling. Now also Partio free from the box.
There's a little jammer on jammer action with 404 Partio pushing Mia out.
Yeah, we've seen this before.
Yeah.
At that time too, it was Stockholm's jammer recycling Helsinki's jammer.
Indeed. This is a so-called déjà vu from this game.
Yes.
Earlier today.
I'm not sure how smart this is, as the clock is currently on Helsinki's side, but we'll see.
Yeah, this is an interesting tactic in the game. So we have both jammers fighting and blockers getting ready. Helsinki doing offense as well as Stockholm, but Stockholm may be focusing on defense right now. There, Partio hopping on one toe stop with Jemina Lugura getting the Stockholm jammer out. And the jam is called off.
That's it for that jam. 12-0. 15-0 for Helsinki.
Lots of interesting things happening in that one.
Yes.
Okay, so here we have a 9-3-1 Piu Piu jamming for Helsinki. And let's see, for Helsinki we have 4 blockers on the track, and for Stockholm as well. We have
jamming for Stockholm, it's 3 juking.
Yes, that's juking indeed, getting out of the pack, but Piu has the lead for Helsinki.
Juking half a track behind. Piu Piu calling it off before juking can hit the pack and get any points. That's 2 more points for Helsinki, which brings them to 101. Stockholm sitting at 72. That's just 27 minutes remaining this game.
Okay, so Helsinki has now 101 points, so we have hit the 100-point mark. And we have 156 Mia jamming for Helsinki.
2-0 Smartan jamming for Stockholm.
And all blockers from both teams on the track, so equal fight.
Now Smartan being hit out and recycled all the way back to the mid-stretch 1.
We have a very tight pack here. None of the jammers have gone out except now for Mia grabbing the lead for Helsinki, while Smartan still making way out of the pack. But Helsinki defending with only 2.
Awesome waterfalling by Helsinki. Now finally Smartan out, eligible to score. I'm suspecting a soon call-off, and there it is.
Yes.
So one Helsinki blocker receiving a penalty, so Helsinki starts the next jam with only 3 blockers. Number 99, Jelmet the Conqueror jamming for Stockholm.
Yeah, 931 Piu Piu from Helsinki. We have seen Piu Piu quite a lot in this part of the game, I think.
Yeah. Doing strong job.
Yes, very strong jamming from both of the teams, I would say. There goes Piu Piu in the front of the pack, fighting and getting the lead.
Unstoppable, as it seems.
Yes, seems to be. Now Helsinki blockers helping Piu Piu to get through on the scoring round.
Now Jelmet's free.
And Jelmet almost making her way to the pack, but Piu Piu calls off the jam. We are quickly moving on to the next jam. We have 312 Speedy from Helsinki. And let's see who we have for Stockholm. The penalty box is empty, so both teams going on with 4 blockers. Again, yes.
So that's 4-0 Patio grabbing the lead for Stockholm. They haven't had a lead in quite some while now. So let's see if they can make up the point differential now.
Okay, great job by number 4 Palle from Helsinki taking out Stockholm's jammer. And Helsinki forming a wall in the back of the pack.
Stockholm deciding to go for a long jam, as Helsinki has made a star pass. Joanna Koskinen, 455, now the new jammer.
All right, there goes Joanna Koskinen, little jammer on jammer, hitting out Party O.
Recycling all the way to the backstretch. Now both jammers getting closer to the pack. Let's see if that helped.
Yeah, both jammers pushing in the same same area. And there goes 404 Mandarina from Helsinki. Nice hit out. Okay, so they see we are playing a bit of time here.
Helsinki's burning clock and forcing Stockholm to call it off.
Yes.
So just 6 points. No? Yes. 6 points to Stockholm. Are there? Yeah, 2 points for Helsinki as well.
All right, so that was a 6-2 jam. Let's see, we have 777 Gilbert jamming for Helsinki against.
Is it 3 juking?
Juking, yes. Yes. And there goes Gilbert with the lead. So Helsinki has now a good chance to score points, while juking is still on the initial.
One Stockholm blocker receiving a penalty. Now juking also free, which causes Gilbert to call off the jam. So that's another 4-0 jam for Helsinki. No? Points being removed. Now they're back. Yes, it's a 4-point jam.
Yes. So, for Helsinki, we have 2-2 Malou jamming.
And that's 2-0 Smartan for Stockholm. Wow.
Yes, and the jam is on. Palle, number 4, doing an excellent job hitting the jammers out and going.
The pack is very stretched out. Now Malou grabs the lead for Helsinki.
Helsinki doing a nice job keeping Smartan containing, while Malou grabs 4 points for her team.
Easy looking 4 points. Smartan still stuck in the pack, getting recycled.
Well, look at Scandi Crush doing the work of several people, just containing Malou by themselves. So this is a great job from Stockholm's triangle.
The floor looks kind of challenging. People falling over for nothing.
Yes, we have seen some very, I would say, not expected tumbles on this track. So
someone's receiving a penalty. That's a blocker from Helsinki.
Excellent job by Querika and Jemina Lugora in the front of the pack, containing Stockholm's jammer by just the pair of them.
Fierce defensing by both teams.
Yes, this is actually, I think, what Helsinki is known for, very strong pair blocking.
Yeah, there haven't been that many long jams in this game.
No.
But now there's one that goes almost for the whole 2 minutes. Stockholm has completed the star pass. So the new jammer is number 13, that's Friday.
All right, so the jam is called off. And how many points did we get
12
for Helsinki?
points for
So that's
Helsinki.
12 points. I really need to get my glasses for this next one. I'm relying on Papa's eyes to read me the points. But we have Mia 156 jamming for Helsinki, and who do we have for Stockholm? Is this Hjelmet? Yes, 99 Hjelmet. Oi, oi. Hjelmet going in the front of the pack with a really hard push. But there we have Mia with the help of 404 Mandarina. Nice offense from the outside.
Hjelmet's removed the helmet cover. Are they going to do a star pass? That remains to be seen.
Okay, so Mia getting help from her blocker buddies, but Stockholm is holding on strong.
Stockholm's 2-4-1 Grumpy doing offense for the jammer.
So Helsinki is still keeping Hjelmet, and we have a star pass completed for Stockholm. The star was passed to Scandi Crush, but Mia called off the jam. I see we have Stockholm fans in the audience. Let's hear for Stockholm, and can we have a shout for Helsinki as well? Do we have Helsinki fans in the audience?
They're not listening to us.
Not.
They're watching the game.
Everybody is so excited. All right, this is really a heated battle, I would say.
How does that happen? I just can't comprehend. That's 404 Patio jamming for Stockholm, getting out of the pack as well. But Piu Piu hits the pack, gets the points, and calls off the jam.
All right, that was heated.
Very
stylish jam. And I can almost feel the tension in the hall here.
Yes.
We are moving quickly on to the next jam. We have 3-1-2 Speedy from Helsinki.
And 3 juking for Stockholm.
Right, and we are off juking in the front of the pack. We have one blocker, Allu, one doing amazing job there in the defense and on the offense. And we have Speedy with the lead for Helsinki.
Jukin getting recycled back to the jammer line.
Both teams, blockers doing amazing job here working together, but Speedy manages to get the 4 points for her team.
I'm at awe by how fluently these blockers switch from defense to offense and back. They're doing a great job for kind of double duty.
Right, here we see Helsinki drawing back the jammer. This is an essential tactic in roller derby when you are taking the jammer out, and we call this recycling.
And that's a star pass for Stockholm. But again, Scandi Crush, they won't let them jam, but call off the jam before Scandi Crush hits the pack.
Yeah, they rarely do. Poor pivots, always dreaming
Poor
of jamming.
pivots, exactly.
Dreaming of jamming.
All they want to do is jam, and they can't let it.
Yes.
So that was an 8-0 jam for Helsinki, bringing them to 143. Stockholm sitting at 78. 15 minutes remaining this period and this game. Something has to happen if Stockholm still wants to win this game, because the point differential is stretching out.
Yes, indeed.
And the time is running out as well.
That's true. That's true. So do we have an official timeout going on? Yes, this is a good chance to take a sip, and the teams are planning on their next moves. So still 15 minutes into this game. What do we think? Can we expect Stockholm to maybe change their strategies a bit, or what do you think?
I kind of hope so, because I want it to be exciting game, close game. I don't want it to be blowout. It's been a relatively clean game, which makes me happy. Because you want to see the skaters on track and not in the box.
That's true. Without the skaters, we can't have this game. So that's an essential part of the game flow. So we have 777 Gilbert jamming for Helsinki.
And 2-0 Smartan jamming for Stockholm.
The jam is on. The pack is really tightly squeezed into the jammer line. Helsinki doing a great job in the back of the pack, keeping Smartan, while Gilbert gets the lead for Helsinki.
Helsinki managing to break open Stockholm's walls very efficiently.
Nice dodge there from Gilbert, evading Stockholm's blockers and making her way out of the pack.
And as soon as I mentioned the clean game, Stockholm gets some blocker penalties, which isn't what they want at this point of the game.
That's true, but in the heated game like this, you can't really avoid it. So things are bound to happen, but of course we want to make it clean and respectful.
Yes.
So there is Gilbert still fighting in the back of the pack, getting help from her blocker friends, 455 Joanna Koskinen doing amazing offense there, clearing the way for Gilbert.
Smartan getting recycled all the way back to the turn 2.
That was a great hit by Stockholm's number 4, Foxen, I believe, to taking Gilbert out. But there we have a 0-0 bond. Wow, what an offense for Gilbert, just bulldozing those Stockholm blockers away. It's always great to see also this very dedicated defensive work in the back of the pack by Helsinki, and also Stockholm doing an excellent job in the front of the pack.
Stockholm's pivot receiving direction penalty, which means that Stockholm's jammer cannot do star pass.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so
another huge jam for Helsinki. That's 15 points, is it? Or 16 maybe? Anyways, a lot of points.
A big jam. That's all we have to say. So we have a 2-2 Malou jamming for Helsinki.
And 9-9 Jelmet the Conqueror jamming for Stockholm.
Okay, Stockholm has indeed their pivot in the box, so 3 blockers from Stockholm and 4 from Helsinki on the track. Hard pushing in the front of the pack. Let's see if we can keep the pack intact. Yes.
Stockholm defending by 3 and getting the lead.
Okay. It was a nice move from Stockholm.
It was really cool screen offense by Stockholm. They're cleaning the whole inside for their jammer.
Excellent.
Sails through, gets 4 points, calls off the jam.
All right, we have 2 blockers from Helsinki in the box. So Helsinki is starting with 2 blockers and Mia 156 as their jammer.
Jamming for Stockholm 404 Patio.
Oi, that was a very sneaky lead for Stockholm. Nicely played.
Helsinki completing a star pass. The new jammer is 455 Joanna Koskinen. Let's see if Stockholm's gonna run it long this time also. Looks that way. They want to take advantage of the sole 2 blockers on track.
Exactly, and as you should.
Nice offense. Stockholm's pivot doing the heavy lifting.
Okay. So both teams now with the full force on the track with 4 blockers.
Stockholm still running it, which might be a smart tactics, as they haven't had that many leads in the recent.
That's true. Now with only 10 minutes left in the game, I believe Stockholm should try to utilize this momentum. Yeah.
So that was a huge jam for Stockholm, 15 points versus 5 points for Helsinki. Just over 10 minutes remaining this game.
All right, we have jammer pair. We have 5-3-0 from Stockholm and 9-3-1 Piu Piu from Helsinki.
Slender Woman hasn't been jamming that much in this second period, but now they're jamming. Piu Piu grabbing the lead for Helsinki. Slender Woman half a track behind. Helsinki clearing the inside. Wow, that's nice shout out for.
Yes, that was Scandi Crush saying, not today. You can't pass from here. It was like shutting the door.
Yes. No.
All right, we have. Let's see. Is this 3-1-2 speeding for Helsinki?
And 9-9 Jelmet the Conqueror for Stockholm. That's some kind of official timeout.
Yes, so 9 minutes left in this game. The score is 167 for Helsinki against 97 points for Stockholm.
So that's exactly 70 points separating these 2 teams. And just over 9 minutes remaining this game. So 70 points.
Yeah.
That's some kind of stretch.
Yeah, this game has, like, I would say in the second half has really stretched the
Yes.
point difference.
So Stockholm really needs a few big jams, and they get their chance now as Helsinki's jammer is sitting in the penalty box, and Stockholm gets to start with a power jam.
Yes, I would say this power start, this is for 404 Partio for Stockholm, really gives a momentum for Stockholm that they should utilize.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Nice two-wall there by Helsinki, blocking the jammer.
Okay, Helsinki blockers.
Wow. Nice clearing the inside.
Yes, good job from both teams, but Partio gets the lead. Stockholm trying to help out Partio, but Partio is being stopped by the green wall of Helsinki in the front of the pack.
Piu Piu out of the box, into the pack and back to the box. That was cutting penalty. Partio's power jam keeps on going.
So Helsinki ready to take on Partio, but Stockholm doing an amazing flowing,
really nice job.
offense.
Yeah, good job, Stockholm blockers.
Yes, this is a sight to see. A perfectly executed textbook offense.
Yes.
A very, very nice from Stockholm.
So they call it off and switch the jammer so that they can utilize the power jam that's still going on. Now there's jamming number 3 juking.
And Helsinki is still with the jammer in the box, so we continue with the Stockholm's power jam.
And the jam is on.
So Stockholm starts with a very runny, runny offense.
And there's the lead for Stockholm and juking.
Yes.
Let's see how many point runs they can get in.
Yeah, we have seen some of these very speedy running starts from Stockholm. This is, I would say, makes a difference to
Yes.
how we've used to seeing these Nordic teams play derby, actually.
So Helsinki trying to complete a star pass, but there's something wrong with it. It's not completed. They don't currently have a jammer. Pivot gets a penalty and gets sent to the box. So Piu Piu is still the jammer. Meanwhile, juking is scoring some more points. This is already their second scoring run.
So we have 931 Piu Piu still jamming for Helsinki.
And now there are points also to Helsinki.
Yes. Okay, Stockholm is going for points.
Stockholm trying to squeeze in a few more points and then calls it off and manages to grab 2. So that's, I want to say 14 to Stockholm.
Yes, so quite a jam or a few jams for Stockholm. So Stockholm really turning up the heat here. So we have a little over 5 minutes into the game. We have, let's see. This pack is so tight there. We can't even see who is on the track. So it's 777 Gilbert for Helsinki.
404 Partio for Stockholm. Grabbing the lead for Stockholm. Gilbert fighting the Stockholm blockers and breaking free.
Okay, and we hear Stockholm bench yelling, call it off, call it off. So here we have, how many points? Can you confirm? Was that 2?
That's 2 points,
2
yes.
for Stockholm.
So now the point differential is 52 points. It's less than 70 points, but there's only just under 5 minutes on the
Yes.
game clock. So it remains to be seen if that's enough.
That's true.
Jamming for Stockholm, 9-9, Jelmet the Conqueror.
Against Helsinki's 156 Mia. And all the blockers on the track.
Awesome work at the outside line by Mia.
Yes. And Helsinki taking out Jelmet and trying to contain in the back of the track while Mia just skates away.
Yeah, sails through the pack.
Yes, smooth sailing. But now we have Stockholm trying to defend and Scandi Crush taking Mia out. Nice hit out there.
So, is it a star pass for Stockholm? I think it is. Yeah, because I can't see the star hat anywhere. So I assume it's in Scandi Crush's hand.
Yes, nice work from Stockholm's Grumpy taking Mia out of the track.
Someone's getting a penalty. Oh no, that's Scandi Crush for Stockholm, the jammer, current jammer. Helsinki calls off the jam so they can start with the full power jam.
Yeah. So with only 3 minutes left into the game, Helsinki starts with a power jam against Stockholm's 3 blockers, while Helsinki has 4. So
Stockholm has 4 blockers on track. One's there behind Lugora.
That's true. The star pass was already completed.
Yes.
That's true.
And there's the lead for Malou and Helsinki.
That was a quick lead for Helsinki. Let's see how Stockholm responds to this power jam. Heavy on the defense, of course, as you should, against this kind of a power jam situation.
Stockholm's jammers back in game. Let's see if they have a plan. Is Scandi gonna jam the whole jam, or are they gonna do a star pass? We don't know.
Let's see Stockholm doing excellent job defending against this power jam. While Helsinki is trying to help Malou get out of the pack, we have Querica doing really disruptive offense in the front of the pack.
Nice star pass. Stockholm's new jammer, number 4, Foxen. Helsinki calls off the jam. Wow. That's another 12 points for Helsinki, bringing them close to 200 points.
All right, 931 Piu Piu is back on the track for the jammer for Helsinki.
404 Partio jamming for Stockholm in which might be the last jam of this game.
Let's see. We have lead for 931 Piu Piu for Helsinki.
Partio still fighting Helsinki's wall or typhoon triangle.
All right, that was a fast one, Helsinki calling off the jam.
So there's going to be another jam in this game. Now Helsinki breaking the 200-point mark.
Yes, against Stockholm's 121 points.
So this is going to be the last jam of this game. Jamming for Stockholm is number 3, Juking.
And 777 Gilbert for Helsinki. And we're on. Gilbert pushing hard in the front of the pack. Nice defensive work from Helsinki. 1-3 Jemina Lugora clearing the way.
Wow.
Stopping the jammer from Stockholm.
Unfortunately, 2 Stockholm blockers in the penalty box. Now the game clock is ran out. So this was the last jam, that's the game. My good folks, 4 more points for Helsinki, which brings them to 205, Stockholm 121, that's unofficial score.
All right, let's still wait a bit for the official score. But I have a public service announcement for the audience about the raffle tickets. We only have about 30 raffle tickets left, eli yleisölle tiedoksi, että vain 30 arpajaislipuketta jäljellä.
Nyt kipin kapin arpajaistiskille ostoksille.
Yes, all right. So the final score of today's first game against Helsinki Allstars, Stockholm Allstars, 205 points for Helsinki and 121 for Stockholm.
So that's quite a lot more than the prediction was.
Yes.
So this is going to be very interesting to see the rankings after this weekend's all games. This was the first game. The next one starts at 12:30. So that's...
Yes, so we will see you in about an hour.
Yes.
With the Lomme Bad Bunnies against Gothenburg Allstars.
Awesome.
All right.
See you then.
See you.